Okay, so I'm finally back, and once again we're switching games. Basically, like I guess a few different things, times in my career, if you want to call it that, of um of uh Lord Runner does something, and I kind of just become inspired to like I'm actually like copying him. Like I swear I'm not copying him, but he's been doing like a tournament with his sister, um, and it's just like oh like that you know inspires me to take my own trip down memory lane basically to play a number of the Mario Kart games. Um, Unfortunately, I do not have a sister to play these with. Um, I just have my surrogate brothers who are busy with various things. Um, and unfortunately, I have no access to online multiplayer. So, um, and even if I did, it would probably to varying degrees of severity limit what I could play. Um, Particularly with regard to the portable entries. So so this is basically the lineup here of what the marathon is the marathon is going to include. Um, I have to resync my controller. So we're gonna have Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64. Um, oh, um, this is actually how I'm supposed to wear these. This is the right. Um, yep, this is the right one. So, uh, I guess the volume adjustments at the back. For frick's sake. Um, so I'm trying to do, well, a new old headset. This is the one that came with my PlayStation 5. It's a Turtle Beach. Um, it's not Bluetooth or it is wireless, but it's not uh, Bluetooth or maybe Bluetooth, but it's a particular type of Bluetooth. Um, it has its own USB receiver. It feels a bit choppy, so I'm not really sure if I'm gonna keep using it. Um, like it's right there, like right down here behind the webcam. Not gonna immediately be like there is a good range here between the USB hub I have it hooked to and where I'm sitting, so there shouldn't be any interference. Um, I don't know. So anyway, there's gonna be a few games that I can play here, because I'm not doing multiplayer. Um, and there's the games that we won't be playing, or that I won't be playing, rather. So I'm playing original Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64, and Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance, um, Mario Kart DS, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which uh, I will be playing this version, but I'll be playing Deluxe, obviously. Um, so what I won't be playing, and for various reasons, um, are in order, and for the reasons, Mario Kart Double Dash because I don't own it. Although I would be, it would be. Ellie, no, damn it! Don't be playing with freaking wires. mean, it's not a live wire, but still be playing. Come on now, I've lost the audio. I guess what it's Reddit means is actually okay, now it's working again. It just like beeped at me. Okay, so I'm just gonna take up my headphones again because um I want to talk about non-game related things. So Double Dash is effectively abandonware at this point, so I would be somewhat justified in playing a emulated version of it. I'm pretty. Additionally, I'm fairly certain my surrogate brother Aaron owns it, so I could hypothetically borrow it. And I consider him something of a producer of the show in many ways, so vicariously I would legally have access to a copy. I would just be doing it in digital form on a computer because I do not own a GameCube or an original Wii. I do not believe that a Wii has the output necessary for me to stream from it. So, I would have to play it via emulator anyway. Granted, I'm still very tempted to do Double Dash just because I never played it. It may be the one Mario Kart game I've never played in any form, so I'm definitely tempted. The other one I'm probably not going to play is Mario Kart Wii. I owned it at one point, but I do not believe I own it any longer. Like, if I do own it, I could play it on the Wii U fairly easily. However, I have, like, watched, Lord Runner's, tournament, and he does not have very good things to say about, Mario Kart Wii, and I'm not sure, I would probably, again, I could somewhat justify emulating it by virtue of Aaron likely owning a copy. His producer status kind of, again, vicariously grants me some degree of legality. I probably had to ask him, like, okay, do you own a copy of the game? Good. You're a producer. You're associated with my channel. You're owning a copy gives me, like, we need to do some paperwork to just, like, I'm not quite sure where the legality stands on that. Like, I don't own the game, but I have a friend who who does. And instead of actually having him loan the game to me, I'll just say that because I am capable of borrowing it, I. Anyway, but yeah, like, I'm not sure how feasible it is to emulate Mario Kart Wii, and it seems like it is kind of one of the worst of the more modern Mario Karts, so I'm not sure if it's really worth the trouble of trying to get it set up for emulation. There's Mario Kart DS obviously on here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the presentation of Mario Kart DS. like we'll have to figure that out when we get there. Um, and obviously Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is going to be pretty straightforward. Um, and then of course there's Mario Kart 7, which I'm mixed on because I mean I can definitely emulate it. I definitely own a digital copy on my 3DS. I could hypothetically stream it directly off of my 3DS because it's jailbroken and I have, but then it would still be a stream of a stream. So I would rather just do it via an emulator. Again, it's just a matter of the setup and everything, and I'm not sure if I want to do any emulation for this aside from the you know, I guess technically this is a form of emulation, but you know, it is official emulation. Let's not even talk about legal because emulation has been established as legal, you know, or at least mostly legal. But anyway, hopefully the aspect ratio of most of the early ones is going to be like the first two ones I'm probably not going to have to adjust anything. I don't believe. I'm probably just going to leave it as is. This is what I set up for Kart-A-Thon and Paper Mario. Also, there's nothing against Paper Mario, it's just that, we're gonna do 50cc because 100cc is awful. Is she blinking or winking at us? Kinda cute. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Also, I'm not gonna do Mario Kart Tour because that would be incredibly hard to hopefully we will up to get gold and okay, we lose coins for bumping into other players. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to do special tests. The best I could probably do is clearing. What the hell? My goal is going to be to clear the cups. not sure about the... Oh, great! Did my headset run out of charge? I think it has been sitting there for a few days. I just don't know. Well, I guess once we're done with this, I'll have audio again. I'll just switch to the front. What the hell? I seem to knock myself out rather than... I'm gonna frickin'... Well, I know these work, it's just I need to charge them. I really suck at this. Also, this kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do any good at this. Actually managed to do a lot better than they thought it would. Nope. I'm not. I am getting like second and first place, so I'm doing better than I could be doing. Hey. Accidentally initiate a... For a moment there, I had a rear view camera, but oh, now I do again. Does it have like connect functionality here? I'm not gonna lap Yoshi. Apparently this is my best force. This game is pretty brutal at 100 cc. Does it just periodically show me the rear view camera? Well, there's a fair chance I might actually get gold on this cup. scares when there's a hazard. I'm gonna try to throw something. See that might be my way. I think I'm gonna get first place overall. Number one. Hopefully we'll get the gold on everything, but if not, then that's okay. Unless I get a gold on 2 of them and I just like completely... I don't know. How hard I'm gonna try to get unlock special stuff is gonna be dependent on a number of things. If I succeed really well on the first 2 cups, and then like just completely fail on the Star Cup, I'm like, okay, well, it's not meant to be, but we'll see. Can't fire them backwards, I don't think. Maybe I can't. By the way, I have a review system. I'm probably not going to be using it for this game, at least not directly. I may try to establish some like parameters for how I would review it. Because when it comes to like trying to review like a genre that I haven't reviewed before, I had to kind of start thinking about, okay, like, how would I review? Oh, I forgot the debuff. I've been remembering it this whole time, and then I just suddenly forget. think I might be ranked out of this. Oh, for fuck's sake. My first time not even, like, getting close to, I don't even know why I'm getting ranked out of this. Like, what about this is... Besides it obviously being a... This probably isn't the best course to be discussing game design, or even contemplating discussion of game design. I guess there are a lot of corner twists and turns. I guess that's the... Plus, freaking fall off and... I probably need to start using the jump. And you lose your momentum because you lose coins, which give you momentum. I don't even think there's time trial, but there's like no like individual mode. That would be one example of a negative. So if I want to like actually see what the next stage is like, I have to beat this stage. I already have people tapping me. Fuck, oh, 50cc won't be too bad. It's almost too easy, I said. Like, no matter what CC you're on, bad course design is bad course design. And of course, all of the other racers are absolutely perfect at it. Which is bad AI design. Like, the AI should... I mean... Good AI is... This is a good example of how good AI is really easy to design. But bad AI, or, you know, AI that could actually fail is... like, making stupid AI, I guess, is harder than you think, because... Also, I think it's probably bad design to, even when I'm invincible, I'm falling off. I'm trying to integrate the concept of platforming into... If I fail again, that's just gonna be it for this run of this cup. Like, I know I have, like, one more life left, but... Yeah, there's no just, like, race on whatever cup you want. So we're just not unlucky to Special Cup. At all. We're not even gonna see what the second and third and fourth, tracks of the Fire Cup are gonna look like, because I clearly thought I am good at 50cc. Really, that ghost track should have been the last leg of the Fire Cup. Because at least then, like, difficulty would make a little more sense, and also, like, in terms of, okay, why are they spinning out there? But that's an unavailable obstacle, okay? And I just, like, randomly... They just hit, like, the frog legs and not even those. Am I just like facing the curse of the second course? frick's sake! At least I did better on this than I did on the... I think I might give, like, the ability to rank out at possibly, and the life system might probably both get negatives, like, individually. I'm not sure. Yeah, I reward positives and negatives for various things. So, speaking of how my review system will apply here. There are kind of aspects of the game that are simply too punishing to the player. Like the fact that coins increase your speed is like a nice idea, but you're spending coins for failure means that I really shouldn't even be confident while going for a difficult course. I need to be way appropriate though. Come on! Oh, come on! The second course. Why is the second course of every cup besides the first one? Like the toughest course of each cup. I mean, I can't even tell if it is, but it feels like it is. Like, it's just a difficulty spike that happens very early on. And I'm very tempted to just abandon this game, stop the stream, and then just move on to Mario Kart 64. I had to stop the stream temporarily so I could, change the game title and everything. Retry one more time. Like, it would be nice if I actually had a sibling or someone actually do multiplayer with, because at least if they're like slightly better at Mario Kart than I am, then I mean, I probably would still rank out, but what the heck was that? I got a rank higher. And I think it kind of codifies my negative about ranking out. I mean, again, this isn't a review, but again, I always try to think in reviewing terms, especially since I want to try maybe review these games in the future. I want to like analyze it in a way where I can establish, okay, like this is what makes these are the parameters through which I critique them. But I think it would make more sense to just like this game would be superior in a lot of ways if you just couldn't rank out because you can just keep on playing, and the consequence of getting low rank is that you that drops you substantially in the overall ranking. I mean that's the rules that apply to all the other to the all the non of the NPCs basically. Um, I'm not sure if the game over would. I mean, basically, if you just get rid of ranking out, it fixes everything. I'm not sure about the limited lives if that would be a second negative or also that would set a precedent for all sorts of things. That basically just having limited lives in any game arguably is bad, um, or varying degrees of bad, um, because it's just an antiquated mechanic based upon arcade games. In trying to port arcade games to home consoles while maintaining an element of difficulty. Because basically, if you play a lot of arcade of like straight up arcade ports or uh like um like the Cowabunga collection most recently from of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like if you're playing the arcade games, like you could just insert however many quarters you want, and you could just straight up beat the game. I mean, not necessarily in no time flat, but it's a lot easier because you have unlimited continues, and the consequence for dying really is not severe. Like it's just you kind of are the game for a couple seconds until you hit the continue button. Um, so to get around it, they invented the concepts of like lives and continues, and then that ended up applying to games that even weren't ports, like Mario Brothers being a big one. Um, I think usually lives are like okay, you can start over from like the last checkpoint or the last stage, but but if you once you run out of lives, you get to continue, which sets you back to a certain point. Like I think in Mario Brothers 3, it 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 is like sets you. I'm not even sure if there are continues in Mario Brothers 3. But I think if you run out of lives in Mario Brothers 3, you basically just go back to the beginning of whatever map you're on, which is a little less punishing, but still punishing. You're losing progress. Here, like in a Mario Brothers game, the the life system is offset somewhat because you can usually grind for lives in you know or discover lives in the stages. There's lots of ways to get more lives. In Mario Kart, there's really no way to gain extra lives. So that in itself might be a negative. Like rather than having coins, uh, like one thing you could do is rather than having coins uh, affect your acceleration, maybe you could actually gain life by collecting. Basically make it like Mario Brothers, where if you collect enough coins, you gain a life, and then you know the punishment of like getting hit or whatever and losing coins means that your progress toward getting another life is set back by a certain amount. Um, that could be interesting. Um, I definitely feel like let's just spend the rest of this stream going over the things I can critique. Okay, us just make this a critique stream. Um, because I played all the stages I can access at this point. Um, like that much is clear. Um, so I would probably give the Laputo or whatever like a two or whatever I know I think it's Lakitu or something like whatever the guy with the fishing line that pulls us out of pits and stuff. The problem with that um it, it is basically twofold. Like one, he um like because the coins from what I remember, and I'm pretty sure this is true. The more coins we have, the greater our speed is. Like the more we can accelerate. So basically, when we fall into a pit trap or a pitfall or lava or deep water, um, not only do we lose our position because Lakitu, I'm just gonna call him Lakitu. I think that's his name. It's been a while since I played a Mario game. Um, that features him as a character, um, and refers to him by name. Um, it's like not only are we losing position while we're being fished out of the pitfall, um, but we're losing up to 3 coins, which means we have less acceleration, which means that we're less able to catch up back up after that. So the problem is twofold. So yeah, it's needlessly punishing. I think that's the end of things I can think of to critique so far. And of course, we're not even getting started on 100cc. Like I could try to play the first cup with 100cc and like that could be like my conclusion to this. And I think there might be a degree of rubber banding in this game. That would be hard to analyze. I probably have to look up like articles on okay how does the rubber banding work in this game? I'm not sure if rubber banding is a thing. Like rubber banding is like when like if you're in first place for um a particularly long period of time, the cars behind you will just like if you're like really far ahead of whoever's behind you will just like boing like catch up to you, will just like warp closer to you to increase the challenge or to maintain an element of challenge, which is literally cheating. See, look at two player. Okay, so battle mode is restricted to um, so there is no one player battle mode, which is kind of a shame. I can't really show off battle mode when I don't have another player. So you do time trial and like look at the other tracks besides Special Cup. Oh, WoW is even worse. There's 5 tracks per cup. And I'm always getting hung up on the second cup, the second track of each cup. That guy. I'm gonna see this guy. I can get rid of them by going into the water. And if I... I'm not sure I'm gonna do this. It's a little boring. So that was Super Mario Kart. You will see various remakes of kart effects from this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in the water, and I'll be back in a few minutes to do Mario Kart 64, which will hopefully be a lot more fun than this game. This game is fine. This game is innovative in a lot of ways, and launched a multi-million-dollar franchise that has basically killed F-Zero with popularity, or relative popularity. Hope you stick around. There won't be a different title card. This is going to be a title card for the whole series. Anyway, let's go to my outro. So there are a bunch of things you can do. Take a few seconds of your time, as well as other things that are involved, including a Patreon if you're feeling so inclined. Of course, all of that is completely up to you, and regardless of what you do, I thank you very much for watching. Until a few seconds from now, or a couple of minutes from now,